Yeah, I'm cooking a lot. Like I'm seeing your posts, so I know you're cooking as well.
Yes.
But I mean, I didn't really know that I would enjoy this much. Like, um, I mean, I knew that I would. I'm a foodie, so I like to eat, but I didn't know I
Yeah.
like to cook so much.
Yeah.
Um,
But I
this is
could see you liking it because it's like very, it's it's creative and it's meticulous, which both things you love. So I think it's not a surprise that you like it.
no, but actually, I find it a very instinctive process, which I'm quite surprised about. Although there is a lot of measurement involved, but then
Yeah.
again, there that when they say 1 cup of something, it could also mean the cup size in your house is different than what is in their house. So
My cup
you
is
can't
always
take them
extra large.
literally
I'm
when they
like,
say that.
oh, maybe
Sorry,
not that cup.
what?
I said my cup is always really large, and I'm like, maybe not my cup.
Yeah, so I mean, how do you like judge? So I think I discovered how to kind of maneuver things in the kitchen. I didn't know where anything was
Yeah.
kept in the kitchen, but now I know.
Yeah.
So that's great.
That's amazing. So I
That
wanted to
that about
start.
you though, because you cook so well and you cook such great food and you cook such healthy options and you are like you are the queen of your house. You do your own thing, and I love that about you. You're so
Thank you.
you're I mean, for people who don't know you, you're so domesticated. You're someone who's so caring, so loving. Um,
Thank you, baby.
and the effort you take into detail, which is something that I really, really appreciate. And that's something that was a huge revelation to me also when I kind of spend time with you. I
Thank you.
know you're someone who is such a home bird, someone who really like because it's a lot of work. Like
Tell me
people
that's
imagine
supposed to be a
it's a lot of work.
secret. I'm supposed to be a badass outside, and you're like, बहुत अच्छी है घरेलू
I
लड़की है.
mean, for the number of times you called me a good girl, I think you're the OG good girl. Just like in a slightly like in just like grungy clothes.
Yeah. Oh, the OG good girl in grunge. I love it. So, darling, I wanted to start today's talk. As you know, I've been having chats with all these different women,
Yeah.
and I was
Sorry,
thinking
just taking
about
a
what.
moment to increase the volume. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead. Keep talking, keep talking. I'm playing with this. Sorry, technologically challenged. So do this.
Good. So, I was thinking about what do I talk to Tammy about, and when I think with the women I've chatted with, I'm like very close to you and Priyanka, I would say. So it was hard for me to think of what to talk about with both of you, right? Because we've shared so many topics. But I think when it comes to you and me, the thing that really strikes me and something I'm very proud of is the sisterhood. And like, it's easy for women to say we should stand up for each other, we shouldn't drag each other down, we should be like fully with it. And I'm sure we found it difficult. Like, I know you are like, you're like Mahatma Gandhi, Dalai Lama, and female form. You're generally like zen about everything. But there are times where I've told you, like, Tammy, I really think that the way this person conducts themselves or what they do behind someone's back is like not okay. The good thing is we always come back to ourselves and we come back to our bond and we
Yeah.
come back to our positive, circle with each other. So I'd never asked you this, but how do you think it is that both of us who on paper are completely different and opposite? It's
Yeah.
like we're two different sides of the color spectrum on like if we were paint colors, we'd be like opposite spectrums. How do you think it is that we managed to form this bond? Is it because of the differences?
So what I feel is we are extremely different as people, but intrinsically we seek the same thing, and that
Yeah.
is becoming um, a more authentic version of ourselves.
Yeah.
And why we do that, I guess the only way to actually truly do that is to accept yourself as who you are, and also constantly accept other people with the fact that you might actually not like everything about them.
Yeah.
And because we're trying to constantly accept other people the way they are, uh, I think I think that's a big common aspect to the both of us. I don't think we're that judgmental of what I've seen of. I think we both come to we discuss, and then we're like, okay, you know what? Really, still having a comment is unfair. So I think somewhere we bond on that part that um, we have an opinion, but we're still we're not like trying to shove it into anyone's face.
No.
So I might have a different set of opinions, which have been because of my kind of upbringing or because of my kind of life or personality. You have your set of opinions, but it's never thrusted upon each other or other people that we interact with. I think that's the reason why we bond so well, even though we are apparently so different.
Yeah. And it just outside of you and me, I know that you have a very, very close group of female friends. So, and there are people sometimes that you work with, there are people that you've known for years, as I know. What is it about this collection of, I think there's 3 women in your life that you're very, very close to, like excluding your mom. What is it, and what does this support system mean to you? Because you're someone who works very, very, very hard. Not that the rest of us don't work hard, but there's something about the way you work that makes me feel like, you are the German model car and I'm really not. So
that's rubbish, Ruth. So anything.
But what does this collection of women in your life mean to you?
To be honest, if you ask me, I think you work way more hard than I do, because for me, a large part of my life is taken care of by. I mean, I don't know what it is with me, but I have a lot of people babying me, including you.
Yeah, I guess
one of those.
Yeah, you do have like a.
I have that vibe that whenever anyone looks at me, they just want to baby me, and I'm to be honest, I am not complaining about it. So so I very strategically find these friends who will just love me to bits and just take care of me and love me and spoil me, and
And these group of women, what do they bring to your life? Do they bring a safe space where you can be honest with them without judgment and you can leave your work behind, or can you discuss your work with them?
well, whoever I'm really close to, it's because I really like those people as the people they are. Like what they do for a living or what I do for a living is often kind of forgotten in the process whenever we interact with each other.
Yeah, which
And
is
it's
lovely.
always about just spending time. Like I think that is something, like for me, I can be in a traffic and have a lot of fun if I'm with, like, say you, or if I'm with Billy or Disha, who are like my closest of friends. So I don't really need to be in a very beautiful location or beautiful place. Maybe that's the reason I'm so peaceful at home, that I don't feel like I'm missing out too much, because I'm happy with the people I'm surrounded by. So I think essentially it's important that whichever women you surround yourself with, or whichever people rather you surround yourself with, should just be people who add value to your life and add value to you without really. I mean, whenever you have to put effort, I feel like it never works out. So it has to be people who are like organically in your life and who mean well. And I think one has to be, I think in today's time, a better judge of these things, like who you have in your inner circle or who you have as your close people. I think one has to be aware of that.
Yes, absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to ask, Clara, stop it. Sorry, she's just acting like so psycho today.
Part of our life.
So, I wanted to ask you, like, something I've noticed about you before we became friends is you seem someone to be someone who is quite positive, in control, and quite stable in all your reactions. And with quarantine is the first time where I've actually seen you be like, it's good for me. And you've been more expressive about what this time means to you. And we were doing another interview and you said something really nice where you said people had forgotten how to daydream, and that you had, on a summer vacation, when you were lying down just like with hours to spend with no agenda, realized that, oh, I may want to be an actor. I may want, I like cinema and entertainment. This is what I might want to do. Are there any revelations that have come to you now in another phase of your life with this quiet time that you've had?
That's the thing with times like these. You can't pressurize yourself again. It's the kind of pressure that we put on ourselves, right? Hey, this should be productive. Hey, I have so much free time. Let's make sure it means something. And I feel like the more we are trying so hard to make it productive, I think the lesser possibility of it being productive it is. So I mean, although this is a realization I have, that this free time could yield this, but I don't think I'm pushing too hard towards it. I might not, nothing might get revealed in this process. I might still just end up doing a lot of more acting that I've been doing in the movies that I do. I don't know, it might yield into something else, but I'm not putting that pressure on myself because I think that's essentially what we all do, and that's something that I realize is definitely a mistake. And I think after the whole, I hope after everything just settles down and becomes okay, I
Yeah.
would not, I would really calm the shit down. Lack of better words. I had a better
Yeah,
word.
because I think like the illusion of control has completely been removed for all of us.
Yeah,
Like it's like just shut up, like just
yeah.
sit, like stop. Which is like don't feel pressured by others. Um, Image of like people are like you must have written so many songs in quarantine. I haven't been able to write anything new except like maybe half a verse of a new song because I'm not feeling
Because
productive.
I mean, this is probably the downtime you need because we all when we are in work mode, then we automatically gear up differently. But sometimes
Yeah, you have
the
a shift.
downtime is like the build up, which you're not even, which is very subconscious. It's not something you're consciously trying to achieve, but that
No.
conscious time out actually helps.
Right. And like again, when you're saying don't go by other standards, you see something that, in quarantine as people are like, oh, I'm just going to get fat because I'm sitting and eating, or oh, I'm going to have like, buns of steel and working out, fitness, diet is something that we've always spoken about. And for
Yeah.
those who don't know, we don't talk about this like two boring actresses. The truth is, we both love food and we both struggle with being fit and being slim because there are certain
Visual, right? So I get
visual.
it.
Exactly.
That's the
Exactly.
reason I think more over than just like being obsessive about being thin. I think it's because
Exactly.
probably if we weren't in such a visual medium, I don't think we would obsess as much.
I don't know if you agree. We're in a visual medium, but we're going to eat what we like and we're going to do it and we don't get like cuckoo about it. But there are people, bless them, what they do is amazing, but they're like on another extreme. It's like 2 peas, 1 carrot, and 40 minutes of cardio every day. And you and I couldn't do that. I used to eat much. I used to eat very little and I used to work out a lot and I used to be permanently in a bad mood because it just made me a bad. Enjoying fitness is a good place. And I've seen that you now enjoy talking about fitness and food and what, especially diet and what you're eating.
Like any other actor, I feel like there have been moments where I would have, felt the pressure or felt like that moment where I need to really make
Yeah.
sure that I'm looking I knew that if I would take like a shortcut to any of these things, I mean, which would not even be like the professional repercussions of that are different of at that point of time diets because
Mm.
for better in like knowledge at that point of time I thought experimenting with different diets would yield me the result I want. But I think in the
Mhm.
past 2.5 years my perspective towards disturbing. I think it disturbs would really make me feel so I really work towards I figured I need to do something that got onto a very holistic kind of health journey where I began to eat food that actually suit me. Like I discovered I was gluten and dairy intolerant.
Gluten properly.
Yeah, it's when you don't digest something, your body just rejects it. And I think kids are more sensitive to that. Like, at that age, like why are you not eating certain things? I feel now you're like, oh, ye acha hai, maine ye pada hai. All that drama should not happen. I think you should really listen to your body.
That would help her. What would that be? So tell her not to worry.
I was very worried about how and we're hit with a pandemic and there's nothing much we can do about it. So that
the pandemic really puts things in perspective.
Sorry?
I said the pandemic really puts things in perspective. Like you didn't see this shit coming.
It's very mental and in your head.
And what is one quality that 20-year-old Tamanna had that you would like to bring back into your life now?
For some reason, I'm one second.
Can you hear me, darling?
Yeah, I'm losing you when you ask the question. So sorry.
So I said that, like what is a quality that you had when you were 20 years old that maybe you've lost or maybe has eroded a little bit that you would love to bring back now?
I think I was way more meticulous. I was obsessive.
Really?
Obsessive crazy. I think now I've become a little bit like, I won't say complacent, but I've become a lot more chilled out, which works in many things. But then I feel like
chilled out Tamanna?
I was a stickler. I think I would obsess over 5 minutes late means I would drive myself crazy and everyone else crazy. That sometimes works. Like in a very professional environment, I think that is a key ingredient in doing well and being successful in life. I think being disciplined or being, meticulous, sometimes that is what it is. And everything to happen, like the universe to kind of help you do everything. But I still feel you do need to have that element of, discipline, which will actually get you.
Yeah. Being in the industry for 10 years and you've been here longer. And I think it's a combination of like patience and courage, because like the industry erodes your personality sometimes to a level where you have to be patient and you have to be not flustered by waiting, not flustered by other people's judgments. But over time and being here long enough, it has also given a sense of courage, saying, no, now after having done everything you all wanted me to, I can be courageous enough to be myself. What are the two things that you have learned being in the entertainment?
Shruts, for some reason now I'm like half your questions are coming broken.
Can you hear me,
So
darling, now?
I assume, yeah, I can hear you right now. I can hear you right now. I assume you asked me what have I learned? Two things that I've learned being in the entertainment business. Is that what you asked?
Yes, darling.
Right? I just feel like the fact that there is an mold that people want you to be in, but at the same time the only way you can be successful in the entertainment business is by being you. So there will always be this battle between the mold and uh, you know that place where you are you, and you can, and I think so it's very important that as an actor or as a creative person in the entertainment business um, should experience, and I'm guessing if you're there long enough you will experience that uh, you know two-sided thing in another would be um, I think dream big. Like that's something I a lot of people like do not think that this is not something that will happen. I think
Don't limit
it's so
yourself.
important to think big and to imagine big and to to dream to kind of uh, um, restriction in your head.
Yes. As always, my positive, lovely Tammy. What do you have to say to everyone who's quarantined at home, who loves you and who is watching you now?
For some reason, I'm losing you.
What do you have to say to everyone at home who's watching you and who loves you in quarantine?
I want to say that use this time, do whatever you guys need to do. Thank you for all the love you guys have showered on me and on Shruti. It's like for so many years, and that means a lot to us. And I feel like I think we both essentially feel the same way.
Yeah.
That we've been extremely
Yeah.
fortunate with the way people have constantly like supported us and us. So I think a huge thank you to all the audiences, and especially to all those hearts, and that's really.
Thank you. And you have been inspiring to me as always. Thank you for doing this today. Love you lots. And thank you for coming and speaking with me.
Love you, Shruti. See you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.